At Microsoft, our culture of collaboration is many faceted. Um, Within teams, across teams, and then of course with our sales partners, our go-to-market partners, and then with our customers. So we have variety of different ways in which we collaborate with each other. So let's start with within our team. My team in particular, our team here in the Bay Area, it builds Yammer, and in conjunction with our team in Redmond and in India, builds Microsoft 365 groups, which is used across the suite. We work between teams. So we work between our PM team, our UX teams, and our engineering teams, and we do that across various locations. And a lot of them are done on the context of an OKR concept. So we set ourselves objectives, quarterly objectives, and key results based on those objectives, and we work together to staff those objectives and work together across these various teams. In many cases, one team is dependent on others. LinkedIn, Microsoft, GitHub are all part of one major company, Microsoft, obviously. They're separately run, and they have their own identity, LinkedIn and GitHub, but we work very closely with them. LinkedIn uses our technologies. We collaborate a lot internally about technical approaches. So we work with LinkedIn about how they think about their feeds. Yammer has its own user feeds, and we work very closely with LinkedIn to say, hey, what are the things you've learned? What are the approaches that work or not? And it's sort of very interesting in that it's just a broad collaboration where we can share experiences and learnings. We work very closely with GitHub. Both GitHub and Microsoft Yammer uses GraphQL, and GitHub has been doing that for some time. We have learned a lot from them about what's worked and what's not worked about GraphQL, their learnings. And again, this is not anything proprietary. This is more about us sharing between our sister companies in a way that makes it unique for an employee which joins us or is part of the Microsoft family here in the Bay Area to be able to look at it as, thousands of people that they can interact with and reach. And that may also not just be part of your own local team, but you're talking to people across different companies and learning from their experiences as well. So it's been amazing and unique. And by the way, we do the same. If somebody approaches us, for instance, we are a big user of Java within the Microsoft community. So GitHub approached us and said, hey, we've got a lot of these GitHub Java repositories. We would love to see how you're approaching things, how you use things. So there's a lot of learning back and forth about how to make the community better. So let's talk about collaboration in the age of COVID. And it's been pretty much a challenge, as you can imagine, for everybody. Someday in March, we all learned that we're going to be working remotely from home and that we'll not be in any physical location. And good for us because we're all about cloud-based technology. It was an easy transition to make. And we were already used to working across two different Bay Area locations and, of course, between the Bay Area and the Redmond and in India. So it was not that much of a difference in terms of the tools we use, but we're now using them even more deeply. So I'll give you a couple of examples. With Yammer, we run live events. My all hands was for our team was done in a physical space, as you can imagine, in San Francisco. That no longer is an option. So that has now moved to be a virtual online Yammer live event in conjunction with Teams. So we had to learn how to do that. We obviously built those technologies, so it was easy for us, but how to run on all hands by bringing in different collaborators into the mix and working on ensuring that everybody who's remote can either see the event at that time or join it later and review the recording of the meeting, including all the conversations that were taking place in the meeting on Yammer. So that was a very special and a different use case for us. The second is really working with our customers. It's now a challenge because they're also remote. So we have had over time a special Yammer customer connection community that we've invited all these external customers into. So we can post things there and they can ask us questions. And it's just been this great asynchronous collaboration tool. as much as we've found a way to manage through these COVID times, I can tell you that we really feel strongly about coming back together and working as a team. So we're really looking for that collaborative space where we can whiteboard things and dream together or think together or problem solve together. We're looking for building deeper camaraderie between our teams. I can tell you we've hired a lot of people since COVID hit, and some of them we haven't even seen. They haven't seen their manager. They haven't hung out with their teammates, and we're really looking forward to using these beautiful new facilities. I'm just waiting to sit at the rooftop and look around Silicon Valley and enjoy the outdoors. And also be in a position where these large collaborative open spaces are available for us in a safe setting